Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Ooh, let me fix the camera. It's like pointing up at the ceiling. Oh, there we go. That's
You
better.
always make me look so much smaller.
I'm trying to slouch some.
I'm not that much smaller.
No?
No, I'm not.
Oh. Is it better? Wait, hang on a second. Maybe it's better if I do this. There we go.
Because he always places my chair behind.
Well, I mean, not always. Right now, it's like a half inch ahead of yours, but it's not on purpose. That's much more so due to the haste.
Also, where's my coffee?
Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. You can have a.
He's been having to take care of me the last few days because I hurt my foot.
She's lame. But
No.
Yeah. Anyway, hey Jen, hello. Thank you
Hi.
for joining us for the
Yeah, I don't have.
party.
I should have just held the mug.
Yeah.
You got a mug in here?
I'm sorry. No, but it's kind of muggy in here.
Y'all tell him to stop. He won't listen to me.
Cue Fozzie the Bear. All right. Anyway, we're running off an outline tonight. Not like or off like how am I wording that? I don't have an outline.
We're going rogue.
We're going rogue. As in Rogue One, not really.
No.
So tonight's topic, just going to go ahead and throw this up
Throw it
for everybody, is this Disney News Festivals, Rain and Monkeys. You're probably like, what in the world?
Yes, I am like, what in the world?
I was waiting for you. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to talk a few different things. Let's go ahead and share a few little Disney News tidbits up first, and this will tie a few things in.
What's a bit of a tid?
I have no idea, but I guess there is one somewhere. Somewhere.
Okay, stop.
Anyway, so I guess before we do that.
Nope.
No.
You've already started.
No. Let's back up. Got to put our question of the day up. What would you do if it rains while you are at Walt Disney World? That's important because the answers aren't as cut and dry.
Y'all make him stop.
As one might think. So I just want to put that up there. But let's go ahead and do our little intro tidbit that we normally do. And
what's with all the tidbits tonight?
I don't know. There are just lots of them, I guess. Right, Snuffles?
Well, he's taking a nap with his little bone.
He's done. He's like, you guys are boring. Anyway, so tonight this is Travel Tips Tuesday, and it is July the 19th, 2022. And tonight's topic is Disney News Festivals, Rain and Monkeys, because those are important things. And our question of the day is, what would you do? What do you do if it rains while you are at Walt Disney World? There are a lot of different things that you could do. You can embrace it. You could, run for the hotel or the car, as it were. But there are a lot of different, or you can go shopping. But a lot of different options.
Well, don't give away the answers now. We're not there yet.
No. But there's lots. Like there's a variety of responses. Really? Like I was impressed on the different things that people shared. So a few different Disney news things that are going on right now. First of which, the Harmony Barbershop, as we've been talking about, is opening up at the end of this month on July the 31st. Also, the Festival of the Lion King. Let's see if I can throw this up there for those of you that are watching live here. So Festival of Lion King, if you look at the graphic, the thumbnail from today, it doesn't say celebration of anymore. It's a straight up Festival of the Lion King. It translates to the monkeys are back.
Monkeys.
Yes, monkeys. So there you go. There's that part of the
festivals.
Yeah. Tied in. We'll get to the festivals here in a second.
Oh, but you just said festival. So
I know, but seriously, there's more than one festival we're talking about.
I could do this so much better with a cup of decaf.
I know. Well, I could use a cup of decaf too, apparently. But I'm excited about the Tumble Monkeys coming back to the show at Animal Kingdom. That show is absolutely phenomenal. Have you ever seen it?
No.
You've never seen it? It's been there. I don't know how long it's been there, but it's been there for a while.
The whole time?
Yeah. Huh?
Has it been there the whole time?
No, because it's in its second venue. So it was in the original location for where the Tarzan show used to be, and then they moved it, and then they built the theater where it is now.
Cool.
A few years ago. So Jen and a buddy David are in the comments there. David says, "What's happening, my people?" Nice to know we're your people. Hey, David.
Yes.
Tell Misty we said hello. Glad to have you all on tonight. So, the other festival to
It's
talk
better, David. Thank you for
Well,
asking.
wait. Oh, Ankle. Yeah.
You don't have to put. You don't have to put that
Don't
one
put
there.
that? All right. The other festival we want to talk about just ever so briefly, and that is this: the Epcot
Food and wine.
Food and Wine Festival, sponsored by Corksicle. I don't know why I have to put that in there, but that started.
You got me a Corksicle
I
wine
did.
glass
This
last year.
used to be in here, but it's not.
No, it's never been in here. I've
Actually,
been using it.
when
in
you
the
were gone,
kitchen.
when you were gone recently, I had it in here
Why?
because I needed it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Something about pineapple mimosas. No, won't go there. Anyway,
You just did.
so I could just realize that you can only see like half my face because of how I'm sitting. This is not comfortable. By the way, the back of this chair is like falling out, but that's okay.
I did notice that.
Yep. It used to be your chair, but I swapped them because,
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah. So the Food and Wine Festival started, and I did like I don't know, 2/3, 3/4 tour around World Showcase.
How does one do that?
Well, because like or live. So if you go back, I was at Walt Disney World for a couple of days this past weekend, and walked around World Showcase at one point and looked at a lot of the different menu boards that are out there. The one that impressed me the most was the was like a French fry flight. You remember that? I can't talk right.
I do like French fries.
I sent you a picture of it, so I'm gonna see if I can pull it
I
up.
believe you did.
Real quick, like hang on, somewhere here. Interlude music. No, there's pictures of your ankle. There we go. All right.
Oh, Facebook's gonna kick us off for that.
Any fans out there?
Yep.
All right.
Season 3, August 10th. Ooh,
That's
there's
it.
some news for you.
New season 3 of Bluey will be on Disney Plus August 10th. Pretty excited about that. All right. So did not try this, and I kind of like I wanted to, but then Tanya was like, "You should have."
Oh yeah, why didn't you? Mm-hmm.
The French fry flight.
The fry flight.
Fry flight.
It's sea salt and malt vinegar fries. Those are a vegan option. The barbecue baked fries with smoked aioli.
While you're reading that, I got something for you.
And sweet potato casserole fries with candy pecans, toasted marshmallow cream, and caramel whiskey. What?
I brought you a present.
A fry flight?
No.
Oh, well, that's just kind of mean.
Well, no. I I want you to have it so you can be prepared.
It's their festival passport, but I'm not going.
Well, are y'all not going to Epcot when you're there in September?
I don't think so.
You're not? Oh, that's sad.
This is cruel.
I'm sorry. I thought you were going.
Here's this festival that you've never been to that you really want to go to. I have been at some point.
I will eat my words.
You'll send me to the festival. Why don't you do that for like 2 days? You just went for a birthday party. Surely I can go for market research.
Yeah, market research. I got to hang out with some bears. That was fun.
What is he doing?
Can
you see what is he like chewing something? Oh no. He was trying to sit in my chair.
He's like, I'm done with this mess. All right.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we're talking to Snuffles off camera. He's looking at us with his
Look at that.
She's looking at some of the merch options. Not all of those were out yet, by the way.
Look at that little Corksicle wine glass. Look how
I didn't see that. I saw some of those things out there.
Cheers. Oh, and goodness,
a lot of really cool stuff.
Duty Bergs.
Yeah. So the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival is running in full force. It's still kind of weird. They started doing this taste of the International Epcot whatever Food and Wine Festival they're calling it these days during the early pandemic times, and then they dropped the taste of for the first time last year, but still had it started mid-July, and it's still just kind of weird because it's like a fall thing. It's not something that I don't know. So all that to say is there are some food items and some other things that will be present
Wilmington
in the fall season, kind of right before the holidays that are not there now, that they'll be releasing throughout.
Pork sliders with sweet and sour dole pineapple chutney and spicy mayo.
Yep. Wish it was like scratch and sniff. That would be awesome.
Why are you so mean to me?
I don't know. I'm not doing it on purpose. Just little armchair imagineering. Anyway, so got to walk around. I didn't actually eat anything at the Food and Wine Festival. The only thing I had at World Showcase was the frozen lemonade because it was like
Is
400
the cinnamon
degrees
apple
outside.
cider like the one we had at the Festival of the Holidays?
Yes, I think
that was one of the.
Wait, is that? Hang on, is that the sparkling cider or is it hot?
It's a cinnamon apple cider. That's all it says.
That may be like a sparkling version or like a cold version, not the hot, because we had the hot version.
No, we did not. Where were you?
I thought it was.
No,
okay.
It was so cold and refreshing.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I remember what you're talking
about. A fish pie.
That's when we had the.
Sorry,
we're like going down memory lane here. That's when we had the red velvet cake that was so good.
A warm beignet filled with cheese.
I didn't even see that because I'm under a rock, I guess. So this is. You're like, what in the world is going on right now? Anyway, so Food and Wine Festival is rocking and rolling.
Why do you hate me? Why can't I go?
I don't. So definitely get out there to Epcot if you can and check it out because there's a lot of great food offerings that are out there. There's some artists. Of course, they have the Eat to the Beat concert series that is rolling. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy was there the day that I was in the park. Did not get to see their show. But they were there. So that was pretty exciting, and it was a lot of fun. So Tumble Monkeys are back. International or Food and Wine Festival is rocking and rolling. And kind of next thing on our list, actually, is there any other Disney news we need to mention? I feel like there is. And I'm like forgetting something. This is what happens when you don't have an outline.
I'm so upset, and I can't even.
So we're having a moment right now. We're having to.
I'm really upset. Potato dumplings. Gnocchi. I love gnocchi.
Jen says, poor Tanya is having FOMO.
Gnocchi with bacon?
Dave says, let's hear about those flights. Ooh.
Not the French fry flight, I'm sure.
French fry. I can't say it right.
Then don't. Just say the
fry flight.
Just say it.
Yeah. So Bethany's on. Hi, Bethany. Why do you hate me when I why can't I go? You sound like my middle child. There you go. There you go. Oh, yeah. Dave says that the Mimosa flight was incredible as well. Y'all told me about that.
There's a Mimosa flight?
There may have been a few lines.
He does hate me, y'all.
I don't.
You can PayPal us some money, and I can use it to pay for one of these horrible flights down to Orlando.
All right, so let's talk about that. I don't want to name the airline
apple strudel
because this goes out into podcast land and YouTube and whatever. But if you want to,
we'll write it in the comments.
If you want to know what airline it is, you can kind of go back on my Facebook page or Instagram and find that.
Warm Swiss cheese.
Anyway, there is a small-ish regional airline that is based out of Fort Lauderdale, of all places, that flies direct flights from Huntsville, where we live, to Orlando. So the flights are pretty, inexpensive. They're flown on turboprop planes, so they're not jumbo jets, and they don't hold a ton of people. They have to be
44.
Is it 44? Mm-hmm. Okay. I had two flight attendants on the way down, one on the way back.
I only had one.
Never saw the pilot once, so I assume there actually was one. Not really sure. They packed.
It's luggage. Monkeys. They're monkeys up there.
It very well could be. Could be like robots.
Oh my gosh!
Drone flights. So we got on the plane, and they had to spend a lot of time balancing it out. They don't actually pack the luggage in the belly of the plane. There's like a cargo room or cavity
in
or whatever
front.
Right behind the cockpit.
Yeah.
Part of that right behind the cockpit. Anyway, so they had to spend a lot of time balancing things out. There's a smaller area in the back of the plane, and just that whole process took, I don't know, an hour. The flight was delayed, and
there's the fry
just
flight.
A number of different things, little things happened. The customer service was a little bit lacking, in my opinion. And go ahead.
My flight attendant did not smile a single time.
Yeah. Ours on the way down there did not. The one on the way back that we had she was pretty entertaining.
She did not smile at once. She had an accent, which is fine, but she spoke so fast that she was like, I was in the seat next to an emergency door, and she was talking to me about it, and I'm like, I literally don't know what you're saying. I'm trying so hard. And normally I'm really good at being able to hear through a difficult accent, but she was going so fast. And I was like,
Yeah.
no
Oh.
idea what I'm agreeing to. Not a single smile. I had my purse, like
Mhm.
I had a crossbody bag on, and she was like, "You can't wear that." And I'm looking at like all these people wearing like little purses, and I was like, "Okay." So I had to take it off and put it up
You're
top.
like, what?
I was like, I have no idea what's happening. The worst part for me was, so we normally fly Delta because
Yep.
we're snooty, although we have flown Southwest.
Yes.
And
Southwest is not bad.
Delta is basically its own terminal
Mhm.
at the Orlando airport.
Pretty much.
And the Orlando airport is kind of like you check in the middle or whatever is like security.
Mhm.
And then like Delta's got this half, and then like
Yep.
all the others have that half. The Delta terminal is the only one I ever go to. It's beautiful.
Yep.
It's clean. People are friendly. It's spacious. The other terminal is crap. I mean, there were like food on the ground, wrappers, little bits of paper,
Mhm.
no good dining options. I got like a little, I went to like what's essentially like a little convenience store. Everything was sticky. Like it was
It was like
so
a Burger
gross.
King and a Starbucks in like a,
It was all gross. It was all
like a
very gross. I was like,
Chinese
John,
place or something.
there's a hash brown under like the whole hash brown. Like
They're
I
just
don't
being
understand.
generous. They're leaving it there.
It was just really gross. I was like, they clearly, the staff here has been told to put emphasis on the Delta terminal,
Mhm.
and all the other terminals
Yeah.
are like disgusting. And I mean, I'm just used to Delta, you know, I'm used to
So-
Delta and Chick-fil-A
Yep.
and, you know, Disney World, where everyone's like super happy to serve me.
Right.
Right. Like it's my pleasure. Okay. And then, so the employees at this airline were not rude at all, but there was not an ounce of friendliness.
Right.
It was like no smiling. It was like all business. Okay, we're going to get on here. This is your flight. It's coming up. Da, 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 da. Communication was terrible, by the way. There were like 3 flights going through the one gate,
Mhm.
and no one had it. They'd start boarding, and everyone's standing around like, are they boarding for the flight to Huntsville? Or are they boarding for the flight to here? Are they boarding
Yes,
for the?
this is true.
We're all just like standing there looking around.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just the whole experience. I told John, if that was the only way I could go somewhere, and it is coming up for a trip, then
Well,
if that's the only way we can work out to afford. I mean, you know, flights are
right.
crazy expensive. If
Especially
that's the
when you
only
find out,
way,
like, last minute and stuff.
yeah, if that's the only
Yeah.
way someone could afford to go on a trip, I would say yes.
Yeah.
But I would never ever choose that over like Delta. Even
Yeah.
Southwest. Southwest was so rude. They were like, I mean, I had just flown Delta not long
Yeah,
before,
they
and
were
they
a
were
little-
like, please make sure your
they were a
masks
little
are covering
sassy.
your nose, mouth, and chin, you know?
So-
And we get to Southwest a year and a half ago, and they're like, you need to have your mask on or we are taking you off the plane. I mean, seriously, like
Yeah.
super attitude.
At that point, I think there was a lot of like COVID fatigue with a lot of
There was, but Delta was still nice.
right. And
I'm
they
just
were,
spoiled. I'm
right.
spoiled. I will always choose
So,
Delta.
I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt to the fine folks at the airline we flew. It is peak travel season. Most airlines and a lot of airports are being pushed to the limits as far as like capacity goes, and you know, manpower, and just a number of different things. It's just crazy busy out there. If you follow the travel industry at all lately, you know that there have been some issues with, you know, flight crews showing up on time or having enough people, you know, pilots or whatever, to show up to fly the planes. And
Rocky Road.
oh, that's ridiculous. Sorry, she's still looking through our festival for here. But you know, I would say like overall, the actual like flying experience in and of itself was fine. You know, this particular plane, the turboprops, they don't fly as fast as jet engines. And I was thinking about this today. The flight that the red eye that I normally take, and then connecting flight in Atlanta to Orlando.
He just likes to say red eye.
Delta.
I don't know that it qualifies as red
I don't
eye.
know, but I mean, no, it's a 5:30 a.m. like flight that qualifies as a red eye.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
I thought that was
Totally
like
does.
5 people are up and doing stuff at 5:30.
So I mean, you know, that
I think
flight
a red eye
runs-
is like
anyway
1.
So that flight does like that flight, the timing anyway of the 2 flights that I normally take through Delta equaled, I think, was actually maybe faster than the 2-hour flight
Oh,
that I
no,
took.
it's a 30-minute flight
so-
from here to Atlanta.
Yep.
And it's an hour or an
Maybe,
hour and a half from Atlanta to
Yeah.
Orlando.
something like that.
I think it's
not
I feel like it's
long.
an hour and a half total of flying time.
And normally the connecting time I have is like 45 minutes in Atlanta.
Yeah, I've missed
typically.
that before when my
Yeah.
first flight was delayed. Delta was good about getting me on another one quickly, but that direct flight was like 2.5 hours. So it was considerably longer.
But anyway, so we did that. It's an experience that I've
The
had.
overhead,
Again, it's
storage is also much
Right.
smaller. I
It's-
could barely I fit my
you
carry-on.
have to turn your rollers like sideways to put them in there. You can't put them in like long ways.
I can fit it easily in a Delta plane. I
Yeah.
fit it. Well, I didn't take one on the Southwest. I usually fly with just a carry-on if it's
Yeah.
just me. I try not to check anything. And I got it in the overhead and it was like no clearance
Right.
whatsoever. There was no space left.
Anyway,
Although if I'd had to put it in the cargo, it wouldn't have been a big deal because it was like right there. I mean, you
Yeah.
like walk up 6 steps to get on the plane.
Yep.
It's just very different from my typical Delta
it
experience.
was.
Look at
yeah,
this.
It was
There's a
amazing.
whole mac and cheese.
What does that say?
It says it doesn't open till August, but there's a whole mac and cheese
What?
booth.
That's
Traditional mac and
ridiculous.
cheese with herbed panko.
Mm.
Cowboy mac and cheese with smoked pork belly, brisket burn-ins, pickled peppers, onion straws, and barbecue aioli.
That sounds amazing. Burn-ins? Did you say burn-ins?
Burn-ins.
Oh,
Chili
goodness.
cheese macaroni with sour cream and cheddar cheese. Y'all.
David, my buddy David, loving himself some old brisket burn-ins there. There you go. Texas barbecue. Ow! That totally hit me in the face.
No, it didn't.
Y'all see how she treats me around here.
You see how he treats me? He's like,
She
I'm
threw
gonna
the book and hit me
I'm
in the
gonna
face.
put all these things in front of you and not let you have any of them. Yes, I'm going to Disney
Well, all right.
in September, and I'm not going to Epcot.
So
I need to make a whole look. Bethany thought it was funny.
Yeah, thank you, Bethany.
Thanks, Bethany.
So much. David said Southwest pretty much has its own as well. So when I was looking
Terminal?
so when I was looking kind of just in the area, I saw like the airline we were flying and then like Frontier, and I want to say maybe like Spirit.
Yeah, I was going to say it's
I
another
saw
S
Spirit,
one.
but I did not see. I don't remember seeing Southwest where we were anyway.
It may not be
It was-
Delta the
it was
whole
only,
half, but it's
that one little like line of gates, whatever. There's like what?
it's all like the
maybe-
cheapy flights.
Yeah, like
and
16
they
of them or something like that.
totally clean it once
Anyway.
a year.
So
Whole hash brown. Who's not going to eat a hash brown? I mean, I wouldn't either if I
Whole
dropped it
hash
on that
brown.
floor. It was so gross.
There's that.
It was trashed.
So
Okay. Everyone's on a tropical mimosa.
let's put this up there.
man.
Bethany, it was just funny. Bethany says, "My mom says she flew one of those planes, and the pilot pulled back the curtain pre 9/11, of course, and said, "Y'all got your seatbelts on."
We didn't even get that on this flight.
All
On
right.
mine, anyway.
All the safety announcements were automated too. By the way, they like press buttons in the back, like boop. You know, all this stuff you normally like hear.
She did. My flight attendant did that.
She
She
did that with the
she
seatbelts,
did
but,
the
like all the other stuff, like
she did the
tray tables
seatbelt.
up
She did
and
the yeah
whatever,
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, so yeah, that was an experience. I probably won't do that again unless I absolutely have to. But
Oh yeah.
is what it is.
The bun in Japan too did look good. There's some
Yeah.
really good looking stuff there. He needs
So-
to send me for like 2 days, right? Don't y'all think? I go in the morning and I spend like a day,
Can I
and then the
come
next
too?
day, and then I'll take a red eye home,
What
just so
is
I
it?
can say red
What
eye
is
100
that?
times, like John says.
You're gonna throw the book at my face.
hmm
Anyway, there's something else I wanted to talk about. This is
Were
what
you-
happens when you don't.
Were
like-
you going to talk about last weekend, any?
What?
And then
Oh, the
look,
the
it's time to go to
actual-
bed.
Actual like
Are we-
code itself.
Yeah, but quickly.
Yeah.
Or do you want to
So-
do the other stuff and then I'll leave?
No. I'll talk about that real fast. Like, give me like 2 minutes. So went down basically for a 2-night stay. Stayed at the Walt Disney World Swan Reserve, which is the new
New?
small. Yeah, it's new. Yeah, the hotel's new. It opened within the past year, I think.
I wasn't asking. I was
and
emphasizing.
had some great theme park views of Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. Within walking distance to the Swan and Dolphin over there, they share all the same amenities and that kind of thing. Of course, right there on the boardwalk. Walked over.
Did it have its
to-
own like bus station? Did it have its own?
Yes.
Can you capture friendship boat there, or do you?
So no, you have to go. You have to
go over
walk
to
to the
Swan and
Swan and
Dolphin.
Dolphin to do the friendship boat.
you have to cross the street to get to the Swan and
to-
Dolphin.
Yes, to Epcot or Hollywood Studios. But if you want to go to Animal Kingdom or Magic Kingdom, they have their own buses and Disney Springs that pick you up there.
What about crossing the street?
There's a little button thing you push.
Oh, it's like just an
crosswalk.
actual, just
Yeah,
a regular crosswalk.
but it's really
Mm.
responsive. Like you press a button, like 2 seconds later, like the light's changing. So
I was kind of hoping it would be like a cool.
underground or
over
over thing.
thing. Yeah.
It's real close to the Fantasia mini golf course. So
The pictures are really pretty.
Yeah, one of the perks of staying on property is you get like a lot of little freebie things, and you can get a free mini golf thing
For staying at the Swan Resort?
I think so. If you book it through a Walt Disney World Travel Company package, I believe it's part of it. I did not, because we did it through a travel agent thing. But yeah, the room's really, really pretty modern, comfy beds and, really clean, crisp lines and such. Not really a lot of dining stuff.
No hash browns.
But
under the bed.
no hash browns. But it's within walking distance to the boardwalk area where you've got Yacht and Beach Club and Boardwalk and Swan and Dolphin. And the first night I hadn't, because all the flight issues that we were talking about earlier, I was going to end up spending a couple of hours in one of the parks, but that did not happen.
Did you fly the same airline down there and back?
Yes. Yeah.
And that happened both times?
Yes.
Both times. Yeah.
Yeah. But actually different things happened both times. Like on the way back, it was, yeah. Anyway, but we'll talk about more fun things, I guess. Had a quick bite at the Alien Compass Lounge and got a Cuban sandwich. Ended up from the Alien Compass Lounge is at the Yacht Club, Disney Yacht Club Resort, and walked over there and got that, and just had a moment to sort of like diffuse the craziness of the day, because the following day was meeting up with my buddy David, that's been in the comments some today. Tonight, and met up with him and his wife Misty. David's another Travelmation travel agent based out of Texas, and we met up and got to hang out for a little bit at Animal Kingdom, and then ended up seeing each other again at Magic Kingdom for our president, founder of our travel agency, his 40th birthday. He was doing a kind of a birthday shindig there with the old Country Bears. So that was a lot of fun, kind of reconnecting with some Travelmation folks, and got to park hop to 3 different parks. I sandwiched a little bit of Epcot time in between Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom, and test drove Genie Plus. Had a flawless Genie Plus experience. Was able to get a couple of Genie Plus reservations in each park. As I was leaving Epcot, like walking to the monorail, I was probably, I don't know, 200 yards from Spaceship Earth. The bottom opened up. It was just, here's the rain part for you. It's rain, pouring rain, pouring rain, pouring rain. Get to Magic Kingdom, the rain stopped. What I didn't know is that front was like following the monorail. We were like a little bit ahead of it. Get to Magic Kingdom, go through security, and I'm like under the train station in Magic Kingdom, and it's like raining like sideways and stuff. Posted some pictures of it on Instagram so you can see it, but it was just like there's like the wind was so powerful, it was blowing water like underneath the tunnel that I was, standing in. If you don't know where I'm talking about, underneath the train station is a place where it has a little plaque that says, "Here you leave the world of today and enter the something," that
and enter the something. It's really poetic.
Something. But yeah, it was just thick and nasty, and a lot of people were like ended up just leaving the parks, and ended up like riding Pirates, and that was it pretty much. But the overall attitude of people was actually pretty solid, and the music you heard in the intro, if you heard it up front, was the pianist from Casey's Corner playing "We Don't Talk About Bruno," and like I can't explain it, but like just the overall attitude of the people around there watching him and hanging out. There's a mom dancing with her little girl that you could probably see like in the video if you saw that. It was just so much fun. Hung out with the Travelmation folks that night over at the Country Bear Jamboree, and ate some food, and just celebrated a guy that's done a lot for a lot of people, and it was a grand old time. And then came back the next morning, spent a few 2-3 hours in Hollywood Studios, and then came on home. So good little quick trip, and hadn't been during the middle of summer travel season to Walt Disney World in quite some time. And yes, it is hot, and yes, people still go in the middle of summer, but it wasn't horribly busy. I would say their standby wait times for most attractions were pretty reasonable. So all that to say is, yes, the summer heat does scare some people away. So if you're considering booking in the middle of the summer, I would say do it. Do it. Plan some breaks during the middle of the day. Go back to your hotel, pool, all that kind of stuff. It'll be good. So let's go real quickly to our question of the day so we can start wrapping this dealio up here. What do you do if it rains while you're at Walt Disney World? What do you do if it rains while you're at Walt Disney World? Cry. Boo-hoo. All right. Delaney says, let's see here. Not always possible, but if it is right, Kilimanjaro Safari. The animals in the rain are actually so fun.
Mm.
Some of them like to play in the rain in the puddles, and it can be kind of cute. Brian
Fun.
says, take cover near a popular attraction, and as soon as the rain stops, make a beeline for the queue.
Mhm.
True story. A lot of people leave the parks when it rains, so wait time.
They do. Like it's going to be raining forever, and it'll never stop.
Especially the outdoor attractions that shut down. It's a good time to, if you can.
You might get a little wet seat riding them.
Yeah,
but,
you'll be all right. It's all part of the experience. Sandra says, grab a poncho and get on the inside rides while everyone vacates. Find a great indoor place to eat and relax, says Missy.
But
James.
everybody else is, I mean, like I can distinctly remember, I guess I was in high school, maybe eating at Cosmic Rays on the floor. And we were not the only ones. Like you weren't with me. I think I was with a girlfriend.
Right.
And we had gone to Cosmic Rays. Everybody had gone to Cosmic Rays, and there were several people just sitting at tables, just waiting out in the rain. And so we ate on the floor, and we were not the only ones. I'm like, y'all seriously going to sit there and just sit at a table and do nothing while we're eating off of a floor? But anyway, I distinctly remember that. So maybe I'm going to disagree.
You should.
I'm going to disagree with Missy there and say, don't do anything inside like that, because everybody's going to go shopping. Yeah. People will vacate, but the stores will be crammed. The indoor attractions will be crammed. So if you have a poncho and shoes you don't mind getting, it's best to, in my opinion, just embrace it.
James says, look for Mary Poppins. Sure. Terry Weaver posted a gif of a lady walking out of Target with lots of shopping bags.
So go shopping.
Yeah, go shopping or go to Target. I know he likes to go to Target.
just leave all together.
Yeah, just leave it all there. Mackenzie says, if I'm in the park, find somewhere to be inside, snack shopping, or an indoor line queue. No, it's raining. Day before I leave, sleep in and enjoy my resort, or go see a movie.
Yeah.
Brittany says, eat. Amanda says, raincoat on and keep on
trekking. Go, Amanda.
That's what I try to do. Like if you're by yourself or like with another adult, that's one thing. But if you've got kids, that could change it up. Haley says, raincoat or poncho, get out my water sandals, put on the cover on the stroller, and keep on walking.
Speaking of shoes, I, for Christmas, bought John a super cool pair of shoes.
Yes.
They're like military spec, which means something to somebody probably. And they have little holes on the side for water to leak out of.
Do.
And I bought them specifically. A man from our church has them, and they're so cool looking, and he's a cool guy. So I was like, I'm going to get John a pair of these for parks. So if it rains, and did he even take the shoes?
No, I did not. I'm ashamed.
I put a lot of thought into his gifts, and a lot of times they just disappear.
No, I still have them. I'm sorry, they're in my closet.
Well, what's the point of them?
I had like 5 minutes to pack before we left.
Whose fault is that?
I don't know. Children.
This guy's like, oh, don't worry about it. I can pack without a list in the last 4 minutes before we have to leave.
Thank you, Tanya, so much. Susan says, get out my umbrella, keep on trucking. We don't call it rain, we call it crowd thinner.
Crowd thinner.
Good call. Ray says, get a poncho. Kelly, keep on trucking. Hate ponchos and umbrellas, so just party in the rain. Yeah, I don't like ponchos that much either. You just like feel sweaty and like, I don't know.
It's sticky. Like okay, Ian's response right here was my exact first thought. Exact first thought. When I saw your question on Facebook, I was like, oh, what?
There you go. So get wet. And he also said for a recent storm, because he and Terry were there recently, like they left like the day that I got there. For a recent storm, I got some poutine and then sat under the umbrellas at the mill stage at Epcot to watch other people get wetter than me. Or conveniently find some indoor things to do. There are lots of lounges all over the place, especially at Epcot. There's a lot of indoor places to go where you're not like crowding up, restaurant space. So that's pretty cool. Jen enjoyed the crowd thinner. Honestly, find an indoor ride to wait it out or wait under Spaceship Earth. That place keeps you dry. And surprisingly, it does. It has some really cool drainage that's built in to it to do that. And then Ian says, or double down and do splash rides.
That's it. Just go big or go home, right, Ian?
Embrace it. Go to the Hall of Presidents. Here's that.
The problem with like this time of year is it's 110 degrees outside, or it feels like it.
Yep.
You get soaked because it comes out of nowhere. It's like drip, 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 downpour. So then you go to like the Hall of Presidents where you freeze your tail off for 18 minutes because you are soaked through, and it's 100 degrees outside. So the air conditioning is running like full blast. They got it set on like 62. And by the time you get out of there, you're like, they're like chattering.
Like a cold or the flu. Or
yes.
no, but like that actually reminds me. One time there was a torrential downpour when we were cast members, and that's that time I got stuck in the library at Tower of Terror for 2.5 hours straight, and I heard the same like 2-minute Rod Serling video for like 2.5 hours. It had rained that day, and there's an issue with the system or something like that. And anyway, all these like stinky people were coming into the library scene, like crammed into one small space, and it was just smelly and miserable. Anyway, Jody says, "Hi, Jody. Use my umbrella and
Hey, girl, Jody.
head to an indoor ride." Kelly says, "Puddle jump." And she posts a picture on there, and then or dance. I like both ideas. It's awesome.
Puddle dance.
It's puddle dance. It's a thing. Who likes to dance, Bluey? Candace says, "Throw on a poncho like a boss and walk. I mean, dance around while everyone else is hiding inside." Christine, poncho up and keep on going. Audra, puddle jump. They also puddle jump. And Jeff says, "Buy a poncho and go."
Okay, are we about done with this? Because
Yes.
my foot's about to fall off my leg.
Let's go back to the comments real quick.
David, I said I was doing better, and overall I am, but I've taken a turn for the worse today, and it's really hurt today.
So April, another Travel Mission travel agent, she's actually lives pretty close to us. She says, hey, good evening. Depends on how bad the rain is. Light rain, poncho, and enjoy. Crazy torrential rain. Grab a drink, snack, and people watch. Good people watching time. Hang on. Insert Tiny screaming, "What are those?" when John wears the wrong shoes. Black Panther flag.
I don't know Black Panther. So I cannot.
Oh man,
appreciate that. I'm sorry.
So there are a lot of. David had one too somewhere. When I dropped it up there.
Send her, John. That's what David says. He says send her to the festival.
Send her a go. All right. So I'm just rolling back to the comments because I feel like I saw one somewhere. Maybe I didn't.
No, go down.
Anyway.
That was too far. Tidbits is what John says when he does not have an outline.
Wait,
Get
who
the
said
man
that?
an outline.
Wait, who said
no
that?
one.
No one. Wait, no, where is it? Oh, I see that now. All right.
Wait. Now you went too far.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, go ahead. You're the one that wanted to go. I'm trying to like. Here we go. All right, I'll let you go. You do it. We need like another monitor for this thing. Do I need to cue up the piano music?
Oh wait, Facebook's gonna.
I feel like you need to be seen about that foot at this point.
You know, I saw a doctor on Thursday when it happened.
She went to the doctor, had X-rays done, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Because the snapping sound and the rapidness of the swelling made me feel like I should go in.
Yeah. So I thought you said there was like an actual twig that snapped.
Well, I heard the sound and I was like, oh, my bone is broken and it's sticking out of my skin, which of course was, not the case. But so I assumed it was a twig because it's like a mulch playground. Like there's mulch on the ground. Yep. And then there are lots of large trees. So then I thought, oh, it must have been a twig. But I was really kind of, trying not to pass out from the pain. It also made me feel like I was going to vomit. So I was just focusing on that for a moment. And I didn't actually look around for a stick. And so I told the doctor, like as a joke, and he was like, oh, no, that was probably actually you. It can make that sound. And I did a little Googling. And apparently, yes, when your ligament tears, it can make a sound like a twig snapping.
That it can. All right, just making sure I'm not missing anything else.
So there's your dose of the heebie-jeebies tonight. You are so welcome. All right, I'm checking out.
All right. Well, hey, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. All right. Thank y'all for joining us for some Travel Tips Tuesday things. If you'll have anything you think we should cover, I'm already starting to brainstorm some ideas for our 200th episode. And we're like 33, 34 episodes away, something like that.
Well, I'll have a couple trip reports coming up.
Yes, this is true.
Just not
we'll want to hear
festival
about that.
reports.
So anyway, thank you all for joining us for another kind of off-the-cuff episode of Travel Tips Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed it. And we will see you again very, very soon.
Bye, Mom.